It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You matter. I'm going to start with that. You matter.
Thank you.
Your story matters. Your story matters.
No, but
buddy.
your story matters.
No, yours maybe a little
Thank
bit
you.
more. Everybody's story matters. And ABSA have recently launched their brand new brand expression, let's call it, which is something so simple yet so powerful. It is your story matters.
It was, honestly, I love it. It's powerful. Yesterday, we actually partook in a simple yet profound exercise where we were asked to complete the sentence, your story matter because. And we had an insightful conversation about living authentically and also living proud within that story.
Yeah, because it matters for people to hear it so
Yeah.
they can identify and connect. And we also asked you guys to do the exercise yourself. Complete the sentence, your story matters because. So let's take a little gander at some of the very powerful statements that we received. Let's start with Boitumelo. My story matters because I want to leave a legacy of knowledge and wisdom just as much as I have received mine. I love that.
Wow. It's steeped in sharing. There's power there. Thank you, Boitumelo. And then Simankele saying, my story matters because I've dedicated my life to helping my community and restoring my hometown back to #clean Queenstown.
That's a hashtag
That
I will
is
get
inspiring.
behind. I love that. Tennis Leah saying, my story matters because I get stronger with each passing day. That's like a lived mantra that speaks to not the past, but right now.
Hanan saying someone needs to hear it, get inspired, motivated, and need to heal. Essentially, that is why your story matters.
Wow, and you don't get it. We understand because we see this play out every day with the stories we get to kind of amplify on the show. Healing only happens if you process and you go through that journey, you go through that story. You guys are amazing. I wish we had thought of this yesterday or read those comments so we could have passed them off as our own. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to put that to you. Why you think living your truth is so vital, because that's kind of truth and trust are your currency, buddy.
You know, I was at an event last night, and I think people were so shocked to hear where I come from. They didn't know about my story. They didn't know about my struggles. When I left matric and I took a gap year, I worked 5 jobs to look after my family.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody knows that about the story. They kind of just think that Carl got plonked into TV and radio, and
You
that's
win
where
your
it is.
job. You win your job. Yeah,
That's it. But it's not like that. And I think my story matters because my story inspires people to know that you can start at zero with limited resources and make the most incredible life you want. It's not about resource. It's about your story. It's about your journey. And that's why I love sharing mine.
And I get this insight from you is you almost wouldn't be as good as you are if you hadn't started in the crucible, if you hadn't gone through that challenge at the very beginning to understand, to know your strength and your worth. And then you get to pour that into everybody around you.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love you, man.
That's how it goes.
And this is the bottom line. Just spending a few minutes talking about each other's story, our truth, can just do so much, not just for yourself as a mantra, as a motivation, but for other people to hear it. So please do the same.
And then I encourage you, keep on sharing your story. And for you to always encourage other people to share theirs too. So while you're talking, please ask questions of theirs. Just trust me, you're going to find the pearls. And also, you're going to give them that autonomy to share. It might actually be therapy for them.
Oh, for sure. Well, it's our daily therapy on this show, undoubtedly. And of course, we live in a world where diverse voices are heard and should be valued, ultimately enriching our collective human experience. This is where our AI kicks in, okay? We've got to push back because our story matters. And I want you to say it to yourself right now, your story matters.